Tonight, the water is rising in the hill country.
The protection of life is our primary responsibility.
We'll show you the rescues in response to dangerous flooding just over a year after a similar tragedy reshaped that region of Texas.
More heavy rain tonight for parts of the hill country. Additional flash flooding there and our chances of rain. Your 14-day forecast coming up.
Rapper Yella Beezy faces a judge. New developments in his charges linked to an alleged murder-for-hire plot.
Restraints used at a Fort Worth daycare.
She told me that they had been taped to chairs.
What we know about allegations that have parents demanding a criminal investigation.
So where do you go to buy a cowboy hat? Well, if you're David Beckham, you come here to McKinney Hat Company. I'll share with you the moment the superstar experienced a symbolic piece of Texas.
And we continue to follow breaking news in the Texas Hill Country right now. We just got an update from state officials. 2 people have now died in the deadly Hill Country floods.
The images we're seeing now look very similar to what we witnessed just over a year ago when the region was devastated by floods. The areas around Uvalde, Kerrville, and Bernie are being inundated with rain. And in the past hour, we learned some areas of Uvalde are cut off.
Kevin Reese has been listening to the state's briefing. He's live in the newsroom with new details on these floods. Kevin?
Yes, and the governor is crediting lessons learned from the disaster last year for the lower death toll right now. But also this flooding is different. Rainfall not primarily targeting the canyons, the upper canyons of the Guadalupe River. The images, how you said, however, look eerily similar. Raging rivers, vehicles washed away. The 2 deaths were people in vehicles, the governor said. 1 person in an RV in the town of Comfort, that is along the Guadalupe, and a woman in Uvalde swept away in her car. Rescues are still underway and disaster declarations are in place in multiple counties. Looking at this video, you can certainly see why. Governor Abbott, in just the past hour, warning everyone to keep taking this storm seriously.
We feel pretty good right now. We're not dealing with the same, what I call canyon type effect of what the water flow was through the Guadalupe where the campgrounds were. That said, we're not taking our eye off of that ball either. We're following the campgrounds very carefully to make sure all the kids in those campgrounds are going to be safe. But we are applying the lessons learned from last year to all these other river basins.
But again, at this point, they are not reporting any problems at any of those campgrounds. No problems in Hunt, where they say the rainfall was not as heavy as it was this time last year. And we also understand that rescues are still underway. More than 1,300 rescue personnel are in that region right now, including 13 members of Dallas Fire Rescue, 2 boat crews also from Denton Fire. As they tell us, the second round is not over yet. Rescues still underway. In the newsroom, I'm Kevin Reese. Back to you.
Thank you for the update, Kevin. And if you want to help, scan the QR code at the bottom right of your screen. That will help you donate to the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. This money will help support people affected by this round of flooding.
You know, we did see some rain here in North Texas. In fact, I got caught out in it. Nowhere near what they're seeing in other parts of the state. For an update on the Hill Country and North Texas, here's senior meteorologist Jesse Hawila.
Most of the hill country getting a little bit of a break from the widespread heavy rain, but we're starting to see redevelopment of showers and a couple of thunderstorms near Uvalde, Utopia. This will be west of San Antonio. Additional very heavy rain is expected overnight tonight. This area has picked up 1 to 2 feet of rain over the last couple of days. It's a substantial amount of water. The flooding area overnight could be a little bit farther to the northwest. You see Kerrville right here down to Uvalde. Some of the heaviest rain may be a little bit to the northwest. Let me show you what timecast looks like later tonight. You see heavy thunderstorms developing again. This is 11 p.m. Fredericksburg, Junction, there's Utopia. You see all the heaviest rain starting to push a little bit farther northwest. 10 to 15 inches of rain. That's possible with some of this rain overnight tonight through early Friday. Still lingering heavy rain even into midday Friday. By the afternoon, it's more scattered activity, so they will get a little bit of a break by then. Back here in North Texas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, some scattered rain. We have no severe weather or flooding concerns tonight for us here in North Texas, but we do have scattered showers and rumbles of thunder, some heavier rain right now in parts of Kaufman County. You go a little bit wider view, you see some of the heaviest rain east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So spotty showers and a couple thunderstorms for the rest of this evening. Quiet overnight for most of North Texas, but again, That's some of that heavy rain that we just saw in central Texas. Some scattered showers and storms even by early Friday morning for far west North Texas. The full weekend forecast in just a bit.
See you then, Jesse. And right now we are working to learn more about a fire that broke out in North Fort Worth. You can see smoke billowing out of that warehouse. This is on Egg Farm Road near the Keller area. No word tonight on injuries or what started the blaze. We have a crew on the scene working to learn more. You see firefighters still there. We'll have much more tonight at 10.
A teenage girl was shot and killed, and her family is furious tonight, saying the punishment for the person responsible has fallen short. Frank Pacheco pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was just sentenced to 10 years in prison. According to court documents, Pacheco was playing with a gun in his car 2 years ago, and when it went off, the bullet killed Kizzy Fabiana Matos. Her family had been urging prosecutors to file more serious charges.
10 years is not enough, and we're disappointed as a community. We're disappointed as a family.
We've already reached out to Denton County prosecutors and are waiting on a response right now. The family told us they plan to file a wrongful death lawsuit related to the case. Now to Dallas, where what was initially reported as a dog attack has now turned into a homicide investigation. Dallas police are asking you to keep an eye out for the people in this video. 6 months ago, officers were called to Pringle Drive, where they believed Antonio Turner was killed by a dog. But now an autopsy has determined that a person killed Turner, not a dog. An investigation now underway.
As the price of food continues to rise, a brand new resource is making sure military families don't go hungry. Soldiers Angels opened its Dallas food pantry today. It is specifically built to serve members, veterans, and their families to keep them from experiencing food insecurity. The organization asks for families who want to take part to simply sign up.
An English soccer legend was in town this week. David Beckham came to North Texas to watch the World Cup semifinal between France and Spain. And tonight, Richard Solomon shows us how one visit is helping propel a business in McKinney to new heights.
Let's try this. You need a straw hat around this time of year. Where can you find the perfect cowboy hat?
We're at McKinney Hat Company.
For this story, we went to see Brad Jolly in McKinney.
They come to us and want to take a little bit of Texas back with them.
Because his family-owned business introduced a soccer legend to the spirit of Texas.
He was so humble and appreciative that it was almost like, helping anybody else.
But it was David Beckham. This moment happened on Monday. They gifted he and his family custom cowboy hats before the semifinal game in Arlington. And all it took was one post.
Very gracious and was obviously excited to wear the hat. He put it on and looked like he wore it the rest of the night.
For the world to know about his family-owned business.
See where that reach goes, getting people from all over the world and reaching out, wanting, the hat that David Beckham got. You can try on a hat if you want to do that.
And for customers at the store like Bruni Carly and her husband,
it looks good.
It gives them a sense of pride.
For him to come, it just gave more of a light to shine on the soccer event. It was really cool of him to be here.
This is a hat that we did for the Beckhams.
Jolly hopes North Texas can land the Women's World Cup in 2031. So more people can experience the culture.
If people like David Beckham are going to get a cowboy hat, that they think, this is a good place to come get a cowboy hat.
Because long after the final whistle, Jolly hopes visitors leave with more than memories.
Keeping the authenticity is super important.
But a piece of Texas.
We just try to continue that legacy.
In McKinney, I'm Richard Solomon.
That hat looks good on you, Richard. Well, a Fort Worth daycare under investigation tonight after children were allegedly taped to their desks. Why some parents think that investigation doesn't go far enough. Dallas is looking for places to make up a $30 million budget gap, and the zoo could be a part of that. Tonight at 6:30, how the zoo responds.